All right, welcome everybody. We are here with the 11th grade BE in another class on Wednesday, 3rd of March. Today's agenda, we're gonna introduce the unit number one, and what the hell is not this one, it's this one. The unit number one, and we're gonna start commenting it. Uh, Hopefully on Thursday we're gonna do some book work. We have a longer class, and I would like to recommend some stuff. Okay, on the first thing is a song called The Marias. And I think many people here would like the band The Marias. So I think Joe, Connie, you kind of listen to this kind of music. The Marias, really cool. Awesome.
Es muy buena esa, es muy buena esa banda.
Good Joe, nice. I knew it.
Sí.
Good band, good song, good voice. Amazing. I'm recommending today a video game called Hades. So if you are a player of Steam in PC, it's available, I think, only PC. Play this game someday. It's really good. Another thing is The Office is available on Amazon Prime if you have it, and if you feel sad one day, please watch it because it's really
Ah,
nice.
buena la serie.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. There was a time in which in my life I was very, very sad, and I started watching The Office for a long time, and I finished it, and it was very, very helpful. It was really good in my life.
The Office es la que está el meme de Oh no, no, God, please, no.
Yes,
¿O no?
yes.
Sí, sí.
Sí, ese mismo. Tiene muchos memes. Recomiendo verla. La primera temporada es un poco fome porque es como se están habituando, pero ya después empieza así y no para. Muy bacán. Muy bacán. Para todos en realidad. Muy buena. All right. And Star Wars Rebels. So people who like Star Wars, especially The Mandalorian, Star Wars Rebel is a must-watch show. Really, really good.
Yo lo vi, profe.
Oh, you watched it completely.
Sí, sí.
Oh,
Ah, lo estoy viendo de nuevo. Estoy en la temporada 3.
good.
Yo también lo vi.
So did you like it,
Sí.
Batman and Ignacio?
Sí,
Good.
me dejó, como se dice, en un punto me dejó muy, muy tocado.
Yes.
Muy, ¿cómo se dice?
Moved. Very moved.
Pudo haber salido la lagrimita fácilmente.
Yeah, good. You know,
Sería buenísimo.
sometimes with these animated shows like animes or Disney things, uh, I don't know. You tend to think it's for kids, always for kids, because the animation of Star Wars Rebel is, it's like for kids, right? But the story is so mature and moves so well that it's impressing. Really impressing how touching it becomes. It's an incredible story of Star Wars. I wish someday they make a movie out of it because it's so great and it's very humane, and I love that. And finally, Grey's Anatomy. I don't know if someone here likes that show. And Nicholas, yeah, it's a doctor. It's a show about doctors and hospitals and how their lives get swept away and moved by all the things that happen there. So it's a good show. It's very long. It's on Netflix. So if you want to watch it, be patient, but it's really good. All right, some words that I have today are oh, everyday English expressions. For example, if you tell someone, cut me some slack, or cut him some slack, or cut, let me cut you some slack, means to leave you alone. Don't be so strict. So, for example, if someone is pushing you too hard, usually your parents, like, you do this, do that, come on, go there, go that. You can tell them, cut me some slack, please. It means leave me alone a bit. I'm just a kid. Another thing is hanging there. If you see that someone is suffering, is having a bad time, and you believe that they will become better in the future, you tell them, be strong, come on, you can do this. Hanging there, it will be all right in the future. So hanging there means be patient, stay positive. Another expression is long story short. It's an expression that we use when we want to say something really long and we see that the people are kind of getting tired of the thing. So we say, long story short. Okay, Joe. Sorry. I think I should put them like this. So long story short refers to when you want to make something way shorter than there is. En pocas palabras, or do we have something similar in Spanish? How is it called? Cuento corto. Yes, that's the thing. Cuento corto, blah, 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 blah. And finally, the last expression is when you pull someone's leg, it means that you are messing with someone, okay? You are playing a joke, and the other person probably doesn't know. So when you are pulling someone's leg, it means that you are playing a joke to that person. Alrighty, so that was part of the introduction of today's class, and let's kick it to our unit. So just repeat some information from last class. And during March and on an April, we'll be using the book from last year. The material is going to be uploaded as soon as I finish this class, so you will have the material ready for the rest of the unit and also the workbook material. So we're going to work on activities and I can give you homework. From May and on, we'll be using the other book, the new book, which is the book corresponding to 11th grade. You are not going to buy the book because I'm going to give you the material and it will be posted on Google Classroom. So you can print it out or you can work it digitally. So don't waste the money. Don't buy the book because it will be given in the class. Also about evaluation, we're going to have a quiz and a mini project on each unit. So the mini project will depend on mainly the topic of the unit. And always in online classes, please turn on your camera. We need to make this happen because, you know, we're human. We miss each other. You're a very good class. I like you very much. Actually, I love you very much. So it's good to see some faces sometimes. And that was why I was so happy to go back to school because I was, you know, like uh happy to see your faces. I mean, maybe no face, but at least the eyes and everything. I was really happy. So please, at least during the beginning of the class, to say hello, you can turn on your cameras. And also to participate, raise your hand with the emoji that you have on Zoom. Participate in English because it's the only chance we have. So please have that in mind. We have very few chances to practice English. So I think this is important practice. And well, you are already in Google Classroom, so everything is all right. Let's begin. Unit number 1 is called Making Up the News, and as the name says, it talks about the news, right? So we will be discussing some stuff about the news, and now they are being really controversial. So we're gonna have a look at that. In this unit, we'll be covering expressions with make, for example, make up the news or make the news, make up your mind, make the bed, and others, make friends, for example. Also expressions with fun, like have fun, okay, and those things and more. Infinitives and also some idioms about the news. In the case of structures, we're going to be checking reported statements and it's connected to the function number 3, which is reporting what someone has said. Through the unit, you're going to see that this is really simple, and so don't be scared. It will be all right. And finally, the mini project will be reporting the news. Later in the month, I'm going to give you instructions about this mini project. It's going to be short, so you will be reporting some news. Okay. All right. Mm, can you, Connie, read the following quote before we begin? Can you phone? Can you phone? Connie's not here. Ignacio, can you read the following quote? Can you read the quote?
¿Yo?
Yeah, Nacho.
Eh, One reason that cats are happier than people is that they have no new papers.
Uh-huh. Okay, so what is implicit? What is the subtext here? People. So cats are happier because they don't have the newspapers. What is implied here? Any idea? Palman, for example? Palman?
Uh, I don't know.
Okay, no.
Isn't that because I pregnant people?
I mean, that is the literal sense, right? Cats are happier, but there is something else in there. What about the news that
They don't have to worry about the news.
well, they don't have to worry about the news also. Yeah, that's true. But what if you, for example, turn on the TV in the morning and you watch the news? Uh, are they good news?
Mm, not always.
Not always. And we can say that most of the time they're really terrible and tragic and sad and dramatic news. So,
Let's be honest.
yes, let's be
It
honest.
has to be something that sells.
Sorry? Something that sells. Okay. Okay, good one. Yeah, something that sells usually is not something positive or happy. Usually something terrible. That's true. Okay, that makes sense. Good reflection, Mr. Palmer. Nice, nice, nice. I like your mood. All right, so now the invitation is the following thing. We have this concept of the news here. You can see it here. And what I would like you to do is, people who are in Zoom, you now can write words, okay, around the concept of the news. Write vocabulary words or words that come to your head that are connected to the news. Any concept that is connected to the news, you can write on the screen. Let's try. Anything that comes to your head. For example, the people who work at the news. Oh, sorry, that's my cell phone. People who work at the news, the type of questions they do, where you see the news, right? We have 2 minutes. Let's do it. Come on. Or you can write the words on the chat so I can put them there. People, anybody? Anything connected to the news? Any words? Any concepts? Okay, let me help you. Where do you usually see the news? Interviews. Thank you. Interviews. Perfect. We have another one. Newspaper. Newspaper. What else? Come on, keep shooting.
TV.
TV. Yes. TV. What else? Radio. Yeah, that's true. Some people still listen to news on the radio. Newspaper woman. Newspaper man. Yes. Yeah. Good, good, good. Thank you to the person that wrote. Thank you. What else? Interview, newspaper woman. Let me give you one. News anchor. News anchor is a person who tells the news. For example, I can't remember any names. But it's the people who read the news on the channels. Okay. Yeah. What else? What's the name of the profession of people? Social media. Yes, you can get informed in social media. Breaking news. Yes. What's the expression, Connie? Breaking news.
It's like último minuto.
Yeah, good. Cameraman, good. The person behind the camera. Breaking news. Yeah, breaking news, like very fresh news that everyone needs to hear. Yeah, that's true. Perfect. Breaking news. Yes, that's the name. Good. So we have a journalist, which is the profession, right? Journalist, and in the street we can see reporters. They are asking questions to people about stuff. Now on the news, what kind of things do the news show? What kinds of topics do they talk about?
Politics.
Okay, they talk about politics. Yes, talk about politics. What else? They talk about politics. They talk about
Sports.
sports. They talk about sports. That's true. What else? There's a section in which they have a map and they show the country and they show things. Temas contingentes. Oh, yes, that's the word we needed. Current affairs. Okay, that is the name of the word you were looking for, Miss Joe. Current affairs. And current affairs is everything that is happening right now. For example, last week it was Mr. Tomas um, murder case, a criminal case, which was very sad, right? Um, and right now I haven't watched the news. Probably is 8M's protest and how television destroy the movement by showing some people destroying a statue or something. But let's see. Haven't watched the news. Culture, we can say entertainment, culture as well. Thank you. Also the weather. They always show the weather. Science as well. Yes.
Environmental issues.
Science, the world, environmental issues. Environmental issues. Yeah. Okay, we have a cameraman. We have, yes, interviews, current affairs. We have guests, people who come to the studio to talk. We have a TV studio, a studio where the news come. And also we have some verbs. For example, to get informed, and we have also some verbs like broadcast. So broadcast means transmit, right? So for example, in Chile there are many channels that broadcast news. TVN, for example, broadcast a series of different types of news. Also, they show the local news, okay, at night, and some other things. So broadcast is a verb, okay, TV broadcast, TV transmission. All right, I would like to move now, and we can't watch the video yet. We can watch it on Thursday because time is running really fast. So I'm gonna move forward, all right, and I'm gonna stick to the questions before we finish because time is flying. Okay. The world, Javiera, that's true. The world. Current affairs. International news. It could be so as well. International news. You're correct. Sorry. I should have done something very important. Give me 1 second. Here. Okay. I need to take a picture of this to put it in Google Classroom because this is good vocabulary. Okay. News vocabulary. Grade B. Picture. Very nice. All right. Some questions to start kind of the conversation and try to finish. So let me ask. Let me ask. a random. Let me get some names. Get some names. Oh, little bird. Hey. That's a name to talk. Participate in English. Let's see. Wow, Christian is not here. Ernesto. ¿Está Ernesto? Are you here?
Sí, profe, aquí estoy, aquí estoy.
Ernesto, question. How often do you watch the news? Every day? Sometimes? Never?
Casi nunca. Cada rato.
Okay, so I hardly ever watch the news. Hardly.
Mm,
Repeat. I
ne-
hardly.
n-
Sorry.
ah. Espera, profe, espera.
Okay.
Ahora sí, ahora sí.
Okay. I hardly ever read the news.
Never.
Hardly ever, right? This one. Give me 1 second.
¿Cómo?
Aquí. I hardly ever watch the news. Así tendría que decirlo tú.
Mm,
Hardly ever means casi nunca. Entonces, can you repeat this, please, Ernesto?
I hardly ever watch the news.
Perfect. Okay, so some people hardly ever watch the news. Another person. Let's call another name. Thank you, Ernesto. Benjamin Ignacio, like Palman?
Yep.
Okay, Palman. What means of communication do you use to get informed?
TV, radio, phone, internet, but hardly ever. Just things I want to know.
Okay, so and what's the most use? Like, is it the TV or is it social media, internet?
Internet.
Okay, mainly the internet. Good. Thank you, Palman. Let's call Jorge. Jorge. No, Jorge's not here. David. Coney Fun. A question for you. So is the question number 1, the number 2, and also the number 3. So how often do you watch news?
Every other day.
Every other day.
Yeah.
Like every day?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. And in what means, for example, is on TV, radio, internet?
On TV. Like sometimes the news are on my TV, so I hear like what they're talking about, but just sometimes.
All right. And if you want to know about something specific, where do you go? The news on TV, the internet?
I usually I usually go on social media.
Okay, which one specifically?
Instagram, or I just look up what I want to know about.
Okay, so Instagram. So there are some profiles that they have news. That's true. And how would you define news in Chile?
They lie a lot about what actually happens,
They lie.
and they have their own interests. Like they show the news with their own interest behind it.
Ooh, that's tricky. Yes, there's something that another student from the other class said that these TV channels their owners. Now, usually there are business people, right, who have a lot of power, so they show what they really want to show, right?
Yeah.
And he said also they have political views about things. So, for example, news in one channel is different from the other, as well as the other, and that shouldn't happen because the news are the news. It is a fact, right? It shouldn't be biased, and biased is another word for today, and it's an advanced word, but it's good to know. What's the meaning of biased? That news are biased. Or your opinion is biased. For example, if we are talking about something very controversial, and let's say abortion, okay, abortion, and I am from the right political side of point of view, and I say many things about that, and also I'm a Catholic person. So, do you think my opinion is impartial or is it biased? Especially if I use arguments like God and Jesus and things.
¿Cómo sesgado?
Sesgado, yes. So biased means sesgado. Biased is when your opinion is based on things from only one side of the coin. So in this case, using arguments, religious arguments, and some things that shouldn't, right, is biased. To be biased. Good, sesgado. That's good. That's a good one. Thank you, Mr. Cabrera. And Mr. Cabrera, with you. Okay, let's be a bit more positive. What positive things would you take or would you highlight from the news from Chile? Positive things. Oh, my back.
No sé, I don't know. I think nothing positive.
Nothing positive. Okay, that's being honest. Okay, being honest.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing positive. Is there anyone that disagrees? Do you think that is there anything good, at least something good on the news?
I think that, for example, if I don't know, there's a thief that's like out there, and the news inform that to people, I think that's good, so that you can be careful. Like if nobody says that and nobody knows, you would be careless and you could get thieved.
Yeah, you can get mugged. That's true. You can get robbed.
Yeah.
Or you can get mugged. Yeah, that's true, Connie. You can see the face. I saw this. I saw this thief on the news. But for example, okay, obviously it's easier to say the negative things about the news in Chile. And do we see a lot of news from Coquimbo on the news? You know, on the channels.
We just see the COVID counts. Just that.
Nah, that's true. And mainly things from Santiago, right? Usually Santiago rained, Santiago did that, Santiago did this, and that's true. Yeah. All right. It's an interesting topic that we will continue next class. I don't want to take more of your time because we'll continue on Thursday. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna upload the material and this class to Google Classroom. Okay, so you will receive a notification in some minutes about that. So it's the material only, and I'm gonna upload this PowerPoint too with the picture of vocabulary plus this class recorded. Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty. All right, my beautiful people. You have a good Wednesday. Pleasure to see you, and pleasure to hear some people using English. It makes me happy. You guys take good care. Have a nice day, and hope to see you on Thursday. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you all. Have a nice day.
Chao.
Hello, teacher.
Tata.
Chao, profe, cuídese.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Que esté bien.
Teacher, ¿cuándo va a streamear? O sea, ¿qué hora?
¿Cuándo voy a streamear? A ver, termino. Espera, déjame parar.